years. Can you believe that? My goodness. My goodness. The vision here at Church Alive has always been consistent from day one, the 25 years of ministry here at Church Alive, reaching, restoring, renewing, and reproducing the life of Christ in other people. And now we have the opportunity. Frank, come on up. Okay. Well, if you'd rather sit there, you can sit there if you'd rather sit there. We do have a seat at the table for you if you'd like. That vision has never changed. And the whole time that I've been here at Church Alive, there has been something in the heart that has said, you know what, we have got to prepare people for ministry. We've got to prepare people to tap into all the fullness of Christ in his or her life. And so this is just one of the avenues that we see to come alongside and complement the vision of Church Alive. I remember several times, for those of you who do not know me, my name is Jason Kimberly. I'm the executive pastor here at Church Alive. I've been here 12 years myself. And many times I was laughing with Dr. Potter earlier today. My office, when I first started, was in this little, we called it a paint room. It was originally a paint room, and then all of a sudden it was a little office, 10 by 10 office. And then it all of a sudden became the hallway. So, that's where I started. I started in what you now know as the hallway. But many times I'd cross the hallway to Kanoa's office, which was this big, gigantic office. And, he's always the one that always feels like he's the impoverished one, but he had this big, massive office, and I was in a paint closet. So, anyway, we've come a long way. But I remember the countless tracks across this room and across the hallway, and just, Kanoa, what do you think about this? Kanoa, what do you think about this? And many of those, what do you think about this, is a culmination of this moment right now, the introduction of Church Alive University School of Ministry. I just want to thank, right off the bat, Dr. Paul Potter for helping make this happen. Dr. Potter has quickly grown into a very good friend of mine, a very dear friend of mine. We've been in discussions behind the scenes pretty much on a weekly basis over the last, 6 months in preparation.
Is that all?
Gosh, it sure flew, didn't it? But without his assistance and without his pedigree and competence and ability to come alongside and take this journey with us, none of this would be possible. So thank you. I just want to say thank you to everyone that's here tonight. I mean, we didn't really know where it was going to go, especially with COVID. Everything's been a little bit gray. Every organization is going through some unique changes. But it's just such a privilege to see this group today, to see this group that desires more of God in their life, to take steps into the fullness of who he or she can be in the Word, and to just grow in the grace and the knowledge of our Lord Jesus Christ. So I want to say thank you to everyone who's here this evening to take this journey. I just want to say thank you. It's awesome. So I kind of blended in the story of how this came about, but one of the things that primarily how this came about was with Dr. Paul Potter and I. Dr. Potter started coming to the church. When was it? It was probably in July, if I'm not mistaken. Shortly after Frank and Brianna, right? August, somewhere in there. And Dr. Potter was our first executive pastor to ever be a first-time guest here at Church Alive. That was a new one for me. I thought, what on earth? What's going on here? So obviously it was in our interest to have our due diligence to start developing that relationship. And from the first 10 minutes, I think both of us knew it was going to be something special. Yep. For many years, Church Alive University has been kind of this enigma that's just been sitting in the corner, like, how do we figure this out? How do we get this off the ground? What are the working parts? I've had tons of material from my background in the past, but I just never was able to put it together. And we came in relationship, primarily Dr. Potter came into relationship with Dr. Leon Van Ruin. If any of you are familiar with him, his ministry is primarily out of Florida, but he's originally South African, very close with Dr. Rodney Howard-Browne and also Kim Clement. Me because one of the things that I had been looking for, of course, we have a Rhema background here at Church Alive. That's the background of our founding pastors, Pastor Mike and Sherry Schaefer. They have taught us well how to walk in faith and how to operate in that. There's other ministries that are out there, Bethel, Rhema, several very good schools. But I was looking for something kind of unique. I was looking for an outside perspective, and if you're not familiar with some of the South African ministries, they have looked at America as their mission field. So many times America looks at the world and goes, okay, where's my mission field? Well, South Africa's looking at America going, those people need Jesus. And so what Dr. Leon Van Ruin and several other ministries from South Africa are allowing us to do is actually come in from an outside-in perspective rather than inside-out. And I really love that because it gives us a different angle than what we might traditionally see. And so thank you for taking this journey with us. Another exciting news, many of you, actually all of you, should have received somewhere between 5 and 5:30 this afternoon an email from Church Alive. That is a unique login permission to log in to the Church Alive, the CAU Training Hub online. Now, you can access that training hub at any time just by going to churchaliveabq.com, and on the upper top area, you're going to see an area that says CAU. By clicking on that, you'll see a big button that says Members Login, so you can log in at any time that you desire. And primarily, this training hub is going to allow you to catch up on videos that you may have missed if there's a scheduling conflict along the way. Down the road, it's going to provide some additional access for us as well relative to the financial membership processing. And then also, they're still in the beta testing now, but we're going to be coming out of that very soon. So within the month and a half, not only is the financial processing just going to be automatic through that, but they'll also have the ability for us to do questions and answers through the training hub. Now, Dr. Potter is going to share with us now, there's going to be two ways primarily right now to do your homework. One is going to be just through the book, writing them down. The other is to email him. And in that training hub, week by week, you're going to see every single lesson, and you'll have a little link to email Dr. Potter directly to submit your questions and answers to him. The shell has been created. We still have a little bit of work to go back there to get every page dialed in as we would like. But the idea is for you to freely go in, access a video that has been filmed, already starting the process right now, and catch up if there's any type of a scheduling conflict down the road. So we always encourage you to be here for the live sessions, but if you cannot, the training hub is going to be your backup at this point. So very excited about that. I think it's going to take us in a lot of great directions, but specifically in the interest of Church Alive University, that'll be a great conduit for the information. So we are filming these. Obviously, you see the cameras. They're not going to our website like you would normally see on a Sunday morning. This is a private filming, and the videos will privately be uploaded into that training hub that I just shared.